Trading under the hood. Have you ever heard of flying under the hood? Folks, this is Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com. I'm not a pilot, but I know pilots. And when they train pilots for instrument training, the ability to fly a plane when they're not able to see the horizon, they call it flying under the hood because they actually put a visor on them so that they're not able to see out the window and not able to see the horizon. Let me show you something.
If you're a student or private pilot, you've already gotten a small taste of flying by reference to instruments. But to prepare for your instrument check ride, you'll need at least 40 hours of real or simulated instrument time. Now, in this short video, I'll offer a few tips to help jumpstart your instrument training using the traditional 6-pack of steam gauges in a single-engine airplane. You'll learn to scan the pertinent instruments looking for information from 2 or more instruments to confirm what the airplane is doing. This is called cross-checking. Then we'll interpret this information and finally control the airplane based on the data we've collected from those instruments. How you scan is a personal preference. You can utilize the radial cross-check where you look at the attitude indicator, then glance from the AI to other instruments, or the inverted V, which also begins with the AI. Or you can use the rectangular cross-check, which is what I tend to use. The rate of your scan will change based on the demands of the flight situation. You'll learn what to look for, when to look for it, and what response to make. Now, you want to be aware of fixation. This is a condition where you're so focused on one instrument, such as holding altitude, that you neglect what's happening with other instruments. Omission of an instrument from your cross-check is another likely error. It's many times the result of fixating on another instrument. And emphasis on a single instrument instead of the combination of instruments necessary for attitude information is common during the initial stages of training. You want to rely on the instruments that give you the best available information for what you're trying to achieve in the airplane at that moment. Now, we don't have time to cover every possible flight scenario in this video, but for example, if you're trying to maintain straight and level flight, the primary instrument for pitch is going to be your VSI followed by your altimeter. Primary for bank is the heading indicator, and primary for power is your airspeed indicator. When we change the flight condition of the airplane, we'll most often use the attitude indicator as a primary instrument to begin and end that change, such as in a climb, a descent, or a turn, and then begin to cross-check with other instruments to confirm that we've achieved the desired bank or climb rate. Well, let's get into a Cessna Skylane now and run through some of these instruments.
Trading under the hood. This is our swing machine. While you were watching or listening to CNBC this morning for what Draghi said or didn't say or what they were doing, our eyes were glued to our instrument panel for the markets. That's what led us to put that little trade on this morning. Subscribers to Stock Market Caddy get the full view that we're looking at. The swing machine, a radar view, an instrument panel, not a chart of this and a chart of that in some guy on the internet talking about it's going to do this and going to do that. This is hard empirical instruments that have been back tested, forward tested, designed to blend together from tens of thousands of hours. And this is how we trade the markets, if you will, trading under the hood. I ask you, would you jump into the seat of a Cessna and take off, especially on a cloudy day, a hazy day, which is the case in the markets many times, and you're not able to see the horizon? Why would you do that with your IRA money? Feel free to check us out. StockMarketCaddy.com.
Well, let's get into a Cessna Skylane now and run through some of these instrument basics. So I'm going to roll through a lot of these tips tips about flying under the hood, basic attitude instrument flying really quickly. This is something we cover couple 1-hour lessons actually, but the first thing is to disregard whatever you're feeling when you're under the hood from your inner ear and what your body's telling you, because you're getting wrong indications. And as soon as you realize that and trust your instruments, the quicker you'll get the grasp of this instrument.
Yes, not trusting that inner ear, but trusting your instruments. This is Bag of Don at StockMarketCaddy.com, and our subscribers pay just $29 a month to sit in the cockpit beside us and look at the same instruments that we look at and have been looking at for years, to trade the markets, under the hood. $29 a month gets you a video report of our instrument panel every Sunday night for the coming week, whether you're a trader or an investor for the longer term. And for the active trader, for the same $29 a month, you also get a video report of our instrument panel every morning before the markets open, posted so that you can access by password by 9 o'clock every morning. That's $29 a month for the weekly swing machine view of our instrument panel and the daily market view. Why not pull up a seat beside us in a cockpit before you take your IRA account up for a spin or into a spin in these markets?